Somebody come get 'em. They're too old for TikTok.
Hello and welcome to Too Old for TikTok. This episode is dropping on Halloween. So we have some Halloween TikTok content. We have a bunch of other TikTok content. But first, how are you, Catalina?
I'm fine.
You sound fine. That sounded
Yeah,
real happy.
I'm great. Everything's fine. Everything's under control.
Are you going to celebrate Halloween?
Ugh, no one invited me to any Halloween parties. It's
Oh, you're
fine.
not invited.
I
Oh.
actually, no, that's a lie. I did get a last minute invite to a Halloween party on Saturday, but Ivan's dad and stepmom were in town. And I don't have a costume, but I was just discussing with some people potentially doing something like Halloween themed on Thursday, like carving pumpkins. And
Oh,
like
that's
I
cute. I
would
like that.
wear probably my skeleton pajamas for that.
Oh, I like that. That's really
What
smart.
about you?
I'm gonna participate in eating candy. You know what I need to get my hands
What?
on, which is controversial? That candy, with the orange and the white. What is it called?
Candy corn?
Candy corn. There you go. I've lost my mind. Candy corn. I love candy corn. I haven't had any so far, and I need to get my hands on
I
some.
do like candy corn. I don't
Oh.
like whatever that like nasty hot dog flavor. I got like carnival flavor candy corn a few years back when I
Hot dog flavored
yeah, it
candy
was like
corn?
really nasty. It was like hot. It was like
Ew.
carnival flavors, and it was really disgusting.
That's
I thought they
gross.
might have been doing like a jelly belly thing where it tastes like very accurate, but it didn't even taste accurate.
Mm.
It just tasted bad.
Did it give you like hot dog burps?
No, it just tasted like garbage. But I wouldn't say it's my favorite candy, but it's a candy I'll eat it. Will you be wearing a costume for All Hallows Eve?
You know I hate wearing costumes. I've never enjoyed dressing up. So no, and I'm sort of just in this mode where I'm sheltering and hibernating is the word actually for the marathon.
Mm.
So I am cutting out drinking for 5 days, which huge for me. And I will not be going out, but I did go out this past weekend and the weekend before, and people were celebrating Halloween so early. People were dressed up like 2 weekends ago.
Well, people this past weekend were going out because that's like, otherwise, I feel like they tend to celebrate pre-Halloween instead of post-Halloween.
Instead of post Halloween. Yeah, but the weekend before
That's
that was
early.
just
That's very early.
early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've been seeing a lot of Halloween content on TikTok, which I've been enjoying quite a lot. I love costumes. I'm not a hater like you. I think costumes are very fun.
Hey, listen, I enjoy other people's costumes, and there's been some really funny ones I've come across too. And then this creator we're going to spotlight, this is how I would do Halloween. Like, I wish I partook in what he's about to tell us. So the user is MTS Tours.
My life forever changed when I started going to the Times Square Margaritaville. I didn't really like Jimmy Buffett before I started going. Now that I keep consistently going, I love him. In fact, I'm gonna be Jimmy Buffett for Halloween this year. Angel Jimmy Buffett. When you're there, it feels like time doesn't exist. That's partially because you can't rely on things to be delivered in a timely fashion, but everybody's having a good time. So that's why I am going to enter their Halloween costume contest. You might think, why would you go to a costume contest at the Margaritaville? Well, for one thing, 7 other people are going. I think it's going to be a good time. And you might say, Matt, it's going to be filled with children. It starts at 9 p.m. That's after their bedtime. Thank you very much. Plus, their sponsors are all these things, so, like, kids can't do that. It's Margaritaville, so who knows? We're pretty relaxed with the rules. But then look at this. Prize to be determined. It is the day of the contest. There's no prize. Wait, never mind. Actually, they did post yesterday. They finally have the prize. It's a $100 gift card to Margaritaville. Heard a lot of people's Halloween ideas, and clearly this is the best option. Come tonight. You can share some of my nachos.
Okay, so first of all, Margaritaville has a very special place in my heart. I did, what was it, my 34th birthday there. We started at Margaritaville. We slept in Margaritaville.
Mm-hmm.
Catalina, you were a part of this. The rooms were great. And then we went to Medieval Times. We got a party bus. It was just a good night. And I had a lot of fun at Margaritaville. Ever since I went, I told everyone to go.
I've been telling people that the 5 o'clock somewhere bar at Margaritaville that opens at 5 o'clock, which is very funny. It has a great view of the New York City skyline.
Such a good view. It's so fun. And you see that Statue of Liberty, great photo ops, and you could just bop around within the hotel.
I think what he touches upon in his follow-up video is that Margaritaville sometimes promises things that they don't deliver.
And I'll say it again, if you want to win a costume contest, you have to be undeniable. Also helps no one shows up. I found out about the Times Square Margaritaville costume contest on Facebook, and I decided to show up early. I knew there'd be a rush for everybody to sign up. It was very popular because everybody wanted the $100 gift card. The staff was very confused when we show up because one of the servers had just quit. It didn't seem like the staff or patrons knew about the event at all, and thus the brand representative declared me the winner the second I walked in. Said my victory would be declared at 9 when the contest was supposed to start. There was ultimately no announcement. I did not get the $100 gift card they promised online, but chatting with the brand rep was so much fun. They gave out free drinks, merch, t-shirts, and amazing pumpkin carving kits. The trip to the Times Square Margaritaville wouldn't be complete without paying respects to Lady Liberty. I was starting to have trouble being aware of my surroundings, so it was time to leave. While I didn't get the gift card, I was surrounded by some of the kindest people, and the title is more important than anything. One final photo and one very confused family later, and I was on my way home. An absolutely perfect night and home before 11.
Yes, I'm so glad he won the contest, but I'm also upset that he didn't get his gift card, but it still seemed like he had a great time. I did think, because I saw this first video before the contest started, and I thought this TikTok would blow up and like so many people would go, but it was still only him. So TikTok didn't reach the right audience, I guess.
I think you or I, if we had gone, would have demanded that gift card.
That's so true.
I would have been like holding up the Facebook page, like, look at this.
Being like false advertising. But it did seem like maybe he got
free drinks,
like $100 worth of merch or drinks. Like I would have taken $100 worth of drinks.
Do you remember that we did the whole Margaritaville passport where you have to go to all of their establishments and then
for a prize, and it was like a keychain.
Yeah, it was such a pathetic prize. So as I say, they're really into their false advertising. They get you really pumped up, and then
for activities, which we love activities. Yeah. The next video is by Kelsey Alexandran. She basically it's a parade of hot girls wearing princess outfits, like Disney princess costumes. And the last one is a Lorax, and just in this really bright, orange face paint. That would be us.
Yeah, they were very faithful. They were not a sexy Lorax. They were the Lorax. It wouldn't be us because you don't like costumes.
True, but I would not wear a sexy costume if I were to wear a costume.
Right. I remember freshman year of college, I wanted to wear a sexy costume, but I wasn't confident enough in my body. So what I did was I took my pirate costume, and I was like, the only skin I feel comfortable showing is like a sliver of my arms. So I cut like a slash in both of the arms of the pirate sleeves so that they like sort of showed my arms. And I was like, yeah, this is sexy.
Okay, but juxtapose that with junior year Halloween, which was the most unhinged Halloween I think we had in college. You wore a shirt as a dress. So you were literally just naked.
I was not naked. Yes, but I think that girls, when they're doing like slutty Halloween, who really want to like show body, will wear the equivalent of a bikini. And I've never been willing to do that. So even even junior year, I was wearing a sack. It was a short sack, but it was still a sack.
What were you, an island princess?
I was a jungle princess.
A jungle princess. And I would
like people to know that it was not racist. It was very much, I feel like there could be like a racist interpretation of jungle princess. I wore a gray and black, like some sort of animal print shirt that I had from Forever 21. And then I did like glittery, like an eye of like match. Actually, Angela did it for me, but it was meant to match that like animal stripes, but it was like an animal that does not exist in nature. And then I think I wore a crown, maybe.
I don't remember the crown. I do remember that night you somehow ended up by yourself and ended up taking a taxi and sitting in the front seat.
Yes, and I also, because I was going to meet up with our friend Gregorio, just so you know, we were at Turtle Bay on that evening.
R.I.P. Turtle Bay.
And then I at the bar that I met our friend Gregorio, there was a gentleman who was trying to kiss me who was dressed as the Joker. And so his face paint got mixed with my face paint. And so I had like very beautiful face paint. And then I went to the bodega that was right by our dorm, and I met someone who invited me to a party in the building behind our dorm, which was where Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes lived.
Yeah.
And I was
daughter,
like, no, I'm not going to go with you, but I kind of want to.
Wow. Back in the day, you used to get invited to parties. What happens?
I don't know. I guess I need to like mix my face paint with someone else's face paint and like drunkenly stumble into a bodega and see what happens.
That's funny that you made out with the Joker. There was one year I made out with an Abraham Lincoln.
The making out with the Joker, it was not consensual, but it was not desire, expressly desire. It ended quickly.
Mm-hmm. I see. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Happy Halloween to everyone. But what else has been on your For You page?
Well, sorry, I just coughed into my mic. Damn.
It spurred my cough.
So first and foremost, there was a video by Karen from Mean Girls that both really resonated with me and had a amazing comment section.
99% of the time, when you do something weird in public, nobody notices. And even if they do notice, they don't really care. And even if they do care for that split second, they almost definitely aren't going to think about it later. Nobody's thinking about you the way that you're thinking about you. You know, people are mostly paying attention to themselves. Except for you, Sophia from youth group. I still remember when we went to Starbucks and you paid for your drink in cash, and then when they give you your change back, you threw the coins in the trash. I was like, oh no, you threw your coins in the trash. And you were like, no, I always do that. I hate carrying around coins. That was crazy. I still think about it. It has been 14 years. And I still think about it probably once or twice a year. And every single time I remember it, I feel just as strongly as I did when I saw it for the first time. The rest of you, though, nobody's thinking about you like that.
I love this because people are always like, people aren't paying attention. Like, no one's going to remember. Sorry, but I remember. I remember people's weird behavior.
Also, yeah, who throws coins into a trash? I was the person, I'm still picking up pennies and dimes. Like, money is money.
Well, a lot of people in the comment section were just talking about like weird shit that they've seen people do.
Oh yeah, give us an example.
Okay, let's read some examples. So one person said, during COVID, I told a lady eating an ice cream sandwich that no food was allowed in the store, and she put it in her pocket, no wrapper. She was in the store 20 plus minutes and never checked on it. Another person said, smelled something weird in yoga class 5 years ago, and the dude behind me was drinking straight out of a bottle of white vinegar like it was a water bottle. Still think about him.
You know what I think about? I was on a job, and this woman in the office would store her boiled eggs, hard-boiled eggs, in the drawer, and it smelled bad. I wonder where she is
like inside the shell.
Yeah,
what drawer?
Like a desk drawer, like a top desk drawer where you put like pens.
Oh, that's not great. Mine is egg themed as well. I think about the time that I was working at working at restaurants, you see a lot of just like bizarre out of pocket behavior. Yeah. And this one time, these people came in, these CrossFitters would always come in and order just like ridiculous things. And normally it was like 7 a.m. and they would order like broccoli and a hamburger patty. And I'd be like, okay, enjoy. But this one guy ordered migas. So it was like scrambled eggs with tortilla chips and like a pico de gallo situation. And he asked for 6 additional eggs.
That's a lot of eggs.
Yeah, that's 9 eggs.
Wow. Yeah. Well, he needed his protein.
Evidently.
I saw an article recently, or it might have been a TikTok. I don't remember. Someone ate like a bunch of eggs every day, and that was their diet to prove that like it didn't change their cholesterol. And in the end, their cholesterol didn't go up. So they said, oh, like eggs don't affect cholesterol.
Case study of one.
Case study 1, not scientific at all, but we were on to the eggs, so.
Well, speaking of non-scientific shit on the internet, something I've been seeing on TikTok recently, and thank God the first one I got was like a dermatologist calling bullshit, because then I got a video that was definitely this side of TikTok, but it's people who are saying like skin products are toxic and that everyone should be putting beef tallow on their faces.
Oh my God, I was going to ask you about that. It's castor oil and beef tallow. I'm on that side of TikTok because it's like, you're old, you need to do something about your skin. But what the fuck is beef tallow?
I mean, it's a lipid. It's fat. It's like putting lard on your face.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
I'll have wrinkles. Just, you know what? I don't care.
Yeah.
Give me wrinkles.
I really enjoyed this one dermatologist take where they were like, yeah, like, I guess you could say some things, sure, but no. Like,
okay, good. I'm glad. What else is on your For You page?
Well, I saw a video by the user Matthew C. Pittman that I really enjoyed as a professor. And I'm pretty sure the user who posted it, yeah, it is the professor. So clearly he's one of these people who has like he's built a TikTok platform, which honestly, more power to the people who can do this. Because I feel like if I tried to do it, that would just be like the lamest.
You'd probably get fired. Wouldn't you get fired?
I think that my students would be like, "You're corny. Stop."
Chuggy.
Like that. But whatever. He's succeeding and doing a really good job at it. Basically, in this video, he is screaming emo lyrics in the faces of his students.
'Cause tonight will be the night that I will fall for you. Again, don't really change my mind.
The video is, why does my professor scream emo lyrics to wake up sleeping students?
Yes, okay, but what I said still stands.
Okay, but they're sleeping.
I mean, are they?
Could be stage. Yeah, I got this on my For You page too, and I was gonna ask, would you ever do this? But I don't.
Would I scream in a student's face? No.
To wake them up?
No, I would not.
I'm surprised the comment section wasn't filled with, they probably need their rest, let them sleep.
I am interested in the professors on TikTok who are successful at building a platform and like remaining generally loved. There's one guy who's I think he's a chemistry professor who I used to see all the time. There was also a guy who was like, I want to say a TA or a lecturer who after a while stopped posting and kind of like retired from posting. I've also recently been seeing more negative professor content. Have you been seeing the Hello Kitty TA situation?
No.
I guess there's some drama at like some university, maybe Florida, where some lecturer started dating their engaged TA who, and there's some aspect that has to do with Hello Kitty, where like the TA would like dress in Hello Kitty clothes and like put Hello Kitty stuff all over his door. Anyway, real weird shit. But that type of shit is always happening in universities. It's just that like now it's being put on blast.
You know what all of those TAs and professors who were beloved on TikTok had in common? All men. So if you did it, it's because people hate women. That's why. You can't do it. You're not a man.
TLDR. Hate all women. I'm sure I could find a woman who is generally, I mean, student evaluation studies show that there tends to be some severe bias when it comes to both, well, gender and race. However, one of the men, the chemistry professor, is a Black man who's also gay. So he also is part of some...
Still a man?
True. Still a man. That's working in his favor.
Let's move on to my For You page. I have a wonderful content creator that keeps popping up, and it is Petunia Rocks. Now, Petunia is a stuffed animal, and the video that first went viral was her FaceTiming her friends as Petunia, and they all know Petunia, and it's just so lovely.
Wait, Petunia, the stuffed animal, was FaceTiming her friend as Petunia, the stuffed animal?
No, Petunia, the stuffed animal, is FaceTiming her friends. The owner of the stuffed animal's friends.
Okay.
Was that hard?
No, you did not say it
Sorry.
in a very understandable way.
Sorry.
Hello? Oh, Petunia! Bye, Trina. What's up, my girl? You're drunk.
She did this with her parents, and then so Petunia really has taken on just this lovable character, and it really reminds me of Melissa, because Melissa has a doll called Purple Baby. Do you know about Purple Baby?
No.
Oh, I thought all of Melissa's friends knew about Purple Baby.
Maybe I did,
similar
and I
to
erased
Petunia.
it from my mind.
Well, I wanted Melissa to do this as Purple Baby, but Melissa sent me a picture of Purple Baby today. Purple Baby's not purple anymore. Purple Baby looks like they've been through some shit. Looks like it's been run over by a truck. I mean, it didn't fare well on the move to Canada. We need to work on Purple Baby. So, Melissa, if you're out there, I'm sorry about Purple Baby.
One time when my family and I went to a hotel and my sister lost her stuffed animal or left it behind. Its name was Pinky D. And my mom called and was like, did you find something that looks like a flattened volleyball?
Oh, your sister must have been so happy.
I have one follow-up question about Purple Baby. Mm-hmm. Has Melissa now let her child use Purple Baby?
No. No one's allowed to touch Purple Baby. Mm. Yeah, Lily can't use Purple Baby. Okay, the other thing that's all over my For You page, and I wish I stopped getting these, are couples or mother-daughter duos. So these pairs who basically do a trend of running and saying suspect does and then making fun of each other. So here's an example by Dave and Janie.
Suspect is lactose intolerant, eats dairy all day, and shits herself all night.
Suspect looks like Uncle Fester.
Suspect can't leave the house without 10 pounds of makeup.
I don't even have makeup on.
Fuck, you don't.
Suspect lost his hair faster than he runs.
Suspect is always tired when her husband wants to get some.
I am tired.
Yeah, fucking tired. Every night?
My stomach hurts too and I have a headache.
Yeah, stop eating dairy. You keep shitting yourself.
Suspect looks like he doesn't refill the toilet paper when he runs out.
Nobody else in this house does.
I do.
You never do.
I always refill it.
You never do. Suspect uses girl math to empty our bank account to go shopping.
So some veer towards way too mean. Some are really cute. I like the mother-daughter ones are really funny. It's usually college girls and their moms making fun of each other. I'm getting it too much. I need this off my For You page. Do you get this?
No, I have not gotten it, and I don't even want to click on it, so I don't get it. You know what I've been getting, which I asked you and Ashley, friend of the pod, and you both said no, is Guess the City, where it's these aerial Google Earth views of different cities, and I'm obsessed with them. But my one critique is the cities are almost exclusively European cities.
Is this because you're on Spanish TikTok?
No, I think it's because I'm on urban development and design TikTok.
Wow, the really elite side of TikTok there.
What can I say? I'm unique.
Okay, New York City TikTok is really popping off recently. So there was a Timothee Chalamet lookalike contest.
Dina.
This video.
What? These Timothee Chalamets. No, you said it right. I never want to meet any of them. They all
really
no shade, but I guess all the shade in the world. I'm glad you're having fun out there, but oof, watching them, I was like, nuh-uh, get me as far away from the Timothee Chalamet lookalike contest as possible.
Well, I like what the user I am not Mihak says.
Timothee Chalamet showing up to a Timothee Chalamet lookalike contest is exactly something I would do if I were a celebrity. The thing that cracks me up the most is he looks nothing like any of the other Timothee Chalamets. He was the least lookalike Timothee Chalamet out of all of the Timothee Chalamets. So if that's the case, what are they basing this competition off of? What he looks like in his movies? Because okay, yeah, maybe I could see that, but this man just showed up in a backwards cap and a mustache. I'm staring at this man through my TikTok screen, and I'm like, are we sure this is even him? He looks nothing like him.
So Timothy, actual Timothee Chalamet shows up, which is just so obscene that he shows up, and he really is the least Timothee Chalamet looking one there. It's crazy.
No, a lot of them looked in no way like Timothee Chalamet. They looked like Timothee Chalamet coughed somewhere and then the bacteria had sex with a different individual and then their cousin was that person.
Wow, their cousin once removed.
Yeah.
This gathering popped off. Someone got arrested.
Not
There
just
was a video
someone,
with the
one of
cut.
the Timothys.
Oh, yeah, the Timothy. So this video of a Timothy getting arrested has been going around.
I saw Terrence O'Connor, who we always talk about him because he does the culture roundup, was saying like this is such like 2016 BuzzFeed energy.
Yes, so true. Okay, to take a hard right turn, this is a very informative
Yeah, and
video that you
it
have.
also is adjacent to my interest in cities, obviously.
True. It's a video by Norberto Brasino.
This is the history of the subway globe. Back in the 1980s, before MetroCards or the Omni, the New York City subway system was still using tokens as the standard fare. Because of this, passengers had to exchange money for tokens at a token booth. So the MTA created these globes to let passengers know what to expect before going down into the subway station. The green globes meant the station was open with a 24/7 token booth inside. The yellow globes meant the station was open, but with a part-time token booth. And the red globes meant the station had no token booth and was exit only. But the globes served a bigger purpose. In 2002, the New York Times wrote that the globes were installed mostly to try to prevent muggings. The globes are supposed to serve as a kind of beacon, announcing that the system is intelligible, that people are in charge down there, and that they have, in the comforting words of Tom Baudet, left a light on for you. But the globe system was confusing. By the early 90s, the yellow globes were replaced with red globes in order to simplify things. But that caused even more confusion when the MetroCard came around in 1994, and you could enter stations with red globes that were previously listed as exit only. The bottom half of the globes were also replaced with white half moons to help illuminate the staircases. The globes became more about illumination than information. Today, you can still see the globes. Green means open and red means closed, and they still look like Pokeballs. So that's kind of interesting.
I didn't know this about Subway Globe, so I was very happy to learn it.
I feel like you should ask. I don't remember. Did it say the date that they switched over?
Yeah, it said was with the Metro card they switched over, and
So, do you think your parents were riding the subway pre-Metro card?
oh my God, they 100% were. I remember the tokens. I rode the subway with a token before the
You
Metro
could
card.
ride the subway with a token until 2003.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
so I definitely remember tokens because I'm that old.
I wonder if people who were used to using these tokens had a hard time adapting to what stations to go into.
Yeah, they did. 'Cause I remember my grandma, she would take me on the subway and buy tokens. And then the Metro card, when you had to buy it at the machine, that was hard for people to transition to.
Right, but it seems as though with the Metro card, there were potentially less limitations on which stations you could go into. I guess maybe not because you also yeah, because with the Metro card you
Oh,
go
the
the machine
machines.
instead of a person,
Right.
although there were still
Exactly.
stations that didn't have a machine.
Exactly. And now I just love the credit
Cell
card
phone,
tap so
cell
much.
phone vibes.
Ugh, so good.
And the fact that they were also used as lights to prevent muggings is interesting.
Yeah, but I always look up because I still don't know where the subway entrance is sometimes. So I look up for the globe, and that's how I know.
Wow, the more you know.
This next New York City TikTok is by @that's_Daniel_Walton.
My bagel place got doxxed by influencers. What the hell? Hey, if you live in New York and you're going to another neighborhood to get your bagel, fuck off, dude. That's not your bagel. That's my bagel.
So this goes to what we were talking about with our favorite bagel place, Hot Jumbo Bagels. Like, we just want the influencers need to stay out.
Or he has a good point. Like, why are you traveling for a bagel?
That's such a good
That's
point.
actually why I go to
Agree.
Essa Bagel sometimes, because it's by your house. But otherwise, it's just not worth it.
I never go because Hot Jumbo's better.
I don't like when I'm staying in like a bagel desert though, or it's like outside of the 20-minute walk. Like, I'm willing to go on a longer walk if that means I can get a better bagel. Obviously, Hot Jumbo is, if I'm ever at your house, I'm just going to Hot Jumbo. But like, let's say I'm on the Upper West Side and
You're going to Absolute.
I mean, I might go to Absolute. I might go somewhere else, but I will not be going to Broadway Bagel. That I know for sure.
Okay, wow. Let's go to food on TikTok. I keep seeing this food trend of an onion boil, which is basically you put butter, you core out the middle of an onion, you put butter in it, then you put some more butter and seasoning, and then you boil it.
You don't boil it, though. You roast it. And so it's also not
True.
the right terminology.
Okay. But so many creators are doing it.
Oh, you
One,
know what it might be? That they're
boil
using
in the stove.
no. That they're using like crawfish boil seasonings, perhaps. Potentially.
Yeah.
As
Maybe, I
I
don't
told
know.
you, I didn't even want to watch the video because I was like, this is foul.
Well, yeah, this video is by @Maggie Eats, and like she does it with garlic too, so she switches it up. But I just can't. And this is what people are having for meals. I think I can't imagine eating an onion for a
Well, they
meal.
eat it with a protein. Now, in the defense of garlic, that is amazing when you roast garlic, but you also in the clove, but you don't need to put butter on it. You could put some
There's
oil, but
so
it
much butter.
already the
Yeah.
garlic like crisps, it caramelizes without that much butter. And I think I don't doubt that the butter makes it taste amazing, but I don't think it's
Obviously.
super necessary. I'm more just not into the the largeness of I don't like my vegetables in large chunks. So the fact that this is a large format onion dish just I find really unappealing.
Right. And I was thinking it'd be more like the bloomin' onion,
Yeah.
but it is not like you can't pull at it quite the same.
This also reminds me of when I was a kid. Sometimes for dessert, my mom would make baked apples.
Oh my God, my grandma loved a baked apple with a little jelly inside. I liked it, but yeah, it's not a dessert. It's like
I feel
health
like it's
food.
like a 90s like Weight Watchers item.
Yeah, you would use a sugar-free, fat-free jam, put
Oh,
it in
I
that
never had them
apple.
with
Yeah.
jam. I think we had them with ice cream at least, which is like, thank God
Oh,
we're not
lucky you.
savages.
Okay, this is going to be such a good transition because we were talking so much about butter, and we have a follow-up on the Nutter Butter account, and it's by Liv Maddox 54.
So I went to the Nutter Butter page to see what the latest malarkey is over there. And I happened to notice that Nutter Butter is following one person. So I was like, I have to see who that one person is. And nothing could have prepared me. It's Pitbull.
For me, this tracks.
This tracks so much. Like, who would you follow? Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah,
Why not? Such a great brand on TikTok.
Good work, Nutter Butter.
Yes. Last but not least, we will end with some parting wisdom and knowledge we learned on TikTok. And it's a user named Chelsea Explains It All. And someone commented on one of her videos about a voice note and said, girl, you can hold the blue play button down and the option to speed it up will pop up. I had no idea you could speed up voice notes. No idea. This is amazing.
I knew you could do it in WhatsApp, and I do it all the time in WhatsApp. I did not know or try to ever do it in iMessage, I think because I do less voice notes in iMessage. But Ashley, friend of the pod, roasted me and said,
Shout out
that
to Ashley, friend of the
this
pod.
would be
Such a good
a
roast.
game changer when she was listening to my voice notes, which I said, tough but fair.
It is fair. Voice notes should be like 1 to 2 minutes. If you're sending a 5-minute voice note, two times speed is required.
What I do is I cut them into pieces so that you can listen to one and then you can listen to the next one. It's segments.
Yeah, but it's great to be sped up though.
Yeah, speed me up.
Yeah, I mean, listen to this podcast on 2 times speed.
I don't care what you do. Listen to it on 3 times speed.
Okay, that brings us to the end.
Well, I hope you have a wonderful week, Dina.
Thank you so much, and everyone have a wonderful Halloween, and we'll see you next week.
Meh.
Meh.